A police officer in the Breonna Taylor raid has just been sentenced. Let's talk about it. All right, as you can see here, Brett Hankison is his name, who fired 10 shots during the raid but didn't hit anyone, was the only officer on the scene charged in the black woman's death of Breonna Taylor. He is the first person sentenced to prison time in the case that rocked the city of Louisville and spawned weeks of protest. Now, this incident occurred back in 2020. And it says here, a federal judge on Monday sentenced the former Kentucky police officer to nearly 3 years in prison for using excessive force during a deadly 2020 Breonna Taylor raid, rebuffing the Department of Justice recommendation of no prison time for the defendant. But I do know that here, the feds came in, the Department of Justice came in and prosecuted him for violating Breonna Taylor's rights. Of course, you guys know the story, how they used a no-knock warrant and they came into her home, and her boyfriend, thinking that they were intruders, had a legally owned weapon and started discharging his weapon. As a result, this officer, Brett Hankison, shot 10 times inside the home. Nonetheless, it says here is that the U.S. District Judge in sentencing Brett Hankison said no prison time is not appropriate and would minimize the jury's verdict from November. Jennings says she was startled that there weren't more people injured in the raid from Hankison's blind shots. Well, when you go into someone's home, and I don't remember what time it was, I think it was late at night, and you go into someone's home and you're just shooting blindly and you don't knock, of course, someone could have been fatally injured, not just Breonna Taylor, but someone else. I'm not sure who else was in the house. I'm not sure if she had children or whatever. Even the neighbors, shooting like that is very, very reckless. And the judge here is stating that this is unacceptable. And for the DOJ to say, we don't even want any prison time because they said that he really didn't, do anything. I mean, he did something. They said, but he shot 10 times. It may have been, but he was within his scope. And the judge says no. And the jury said no, he's convicted. And the idea that they're recommending no prison time just started, the judge I don't get this. No, that's not happening. So the judge says, no, you know what? Not only am I not going to, I'm going to rebuff the DOJ's position of no prison time. Says, I'm going to show here that he's going to be sentenced at age 49. He's going to be sentenced to 33 months in prison for the conviction for the use of excessive force with 3 years of supervised probation to follow the prison term. Now, that's his conviction and that's his sentence. The DOJ's posture was, well, he can't be a police officer anymore, and he's expressed remorse. And the judge says, I don't care. 3 years, not 3 years, almost 3 years, so 33 months. So almost 3 years in prison, and then 3 years of supervised probation after his prison term. And remember, this is the Fed, so in the federal prison, you have to do at least 85% of your time, while you can earn what they call GTC, good time credits, but the maximum you can earn is only 15% of the total sentence. So he will be there for a while, and the judge who presided over the trial expressed disappointment, and the prosecutor said, it says the judge expressed disappointment with his sentencing recommendation by federal prosecutors last week, saying the Justice Department was treating Hankison's action as inconsequential, and some of his arguments were incongruous and inappropriate. I agree. So you tell me, man, is this enough time, 33 months, and then 3 years probation after that? Or do you think Brett Hankison should have gotten more? So you let me know in the comments. Like, share, and subscribe. I would love to hear your thoughts on this case, and because it definitely was polarizing for the entire nation. It's your brother, Attorney Jeff.